Welcome. Right now we're talking with Bill Macek, a longtime city councilor for the city of Haverhill and running for re-election. Welcome to the program, Bill.
Thank you, Frank. Pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation.
My pleasure. Tell us a little bit about your history and your familiarity with the council and what you've been doing so far.
Yeah, well, I've been around. I love my city, and I was born and brought up in Haverhill schools, and graduated from Haverhill High. And I happened to be involved in real estate, as you know, at a fairly young age. And my friend, who I was in his office, Paul Rice, was on the city council.
Right.
So I did some of Paul's campaigning, and I kind of caught the bug myself. And a few years down the road, I threw my own hat in the ring, and I was successful. That was 1984, and I did it 4 terms, 8 years, and then I got off because of other desires personally, and my family was, my kids were at the right age, and to have needed, you know, I wanted to spend more time with them, and did that. And then when my oldest son graduated college and my youngest son went to college, I asked my wife if she minded if I would get back into local politics, and she said, "No, I know you love it. Go do it." You know, so I did that, and again, I was successful, and that was 6 terms ago. So I've been on for 12 years this time, and I just love it. I wish I could make a career out of it in the sense that I love serving, I love helping people, I love helping my city, and I hope to continue on, and that's why I'm running for re-election.
You know, you're a person with your history that has oftentimes, you know, bold initiatives that you like to go ahead and move forward, and you have an opinion. You're not shy about being able to bring it forward, which is a great positive characteristic for a councilor. Can you give us perhaps a little bit of the history of some of the initiatives that you've been involved with that you're proud of as far as accomplishments are concerned?
Well, you know, sometimes you can be right even when you're on the wrong side of the vote. So I have taken some of those stands that I believe are the correct positions for our city moving forward. I am adamantly against the toters for trash, and I know that there are at least hundreds of people that have spoken to me personally, emails, in that way.
Those are the things that,
the mayor expects to deliver them to your door probably around the 1st of the year. Those are the big, huge barrels, and it's going to restrict the way you're able to put certain items out. It's going to be a hardship for people that, senior citizens in particular, people that have situations where they're on a hill, you know, some of the we're Haverhill, the hill's in there for a reason. We have a lot of housing that doesn't, you know, I can think of many, but I actually got a call from one that said, all I have is steps. I don't have a driveway, I don't have a garage. I can't possibly handle that toter up and down the steps.
Observatory Avenue.
Right, exactly.
Chick Avenue, Air Street, Varnum Street.
You got it. Yeah. So we're going to have a lot of problems. There's no comprehensive planning that I'm aware of. I've asked for it. There's nothing being brought forward. It's going to be a crisis management program. The other thing is that you're supposed to be able to close the lid. If you want to throw your old broom away, you're going to have to get out your saw and cut it in half under the regulations. So because the automatic arm is going to pick it up and bring it up over the truck and dump it. What that will do, if you don't have the lid closed, is it's possible trash will start flying as the barrel is going up to be dumped. So it's not a great system. It's something that Haverhill deserves better. And Lawrence is doing it. Other communities are doing it. It's a big savings for the trash haulers. It's a small savings for the city. You know, in the next 6 years, in the trash pickup budgets.
Right.
And this isn't being spoken of, but there's $1 million that the city is going to spend to buy the toters. If your toter is stolen or broken, the city is going to need to have personnel, manpower, to go out and fix or replace your toter. All of those things are not built into the cost savings, because those are additional costs. So I don't think there is going to be a true savings. What I proposed is a voluntary plan, which would, instead of having the big arm, the trucks, there are other trucks in other communities. Matter of fact, Lawrence uses these kind of trucks, and I even saw them on vacation one time in another community where they've got a tipper on the back. So you use your standard trash truck, but instead of having to use that mechanical arm, which also has its own haunt, some of our streets, and it's been admitted to, some of our streets are not wide enough And they won't be able to get around the cars because not everybody has a driveway or garage. So there's going to be a lot of problems. We don't need to do that kind of thing. The other thing that I was against is downtown paid parking, and I again believe that I am proving out to be correct. There's a lot of vacancies downtown. The merchants are very upset about the increases that are supposedly coming. They're going to be speaking to the council in a couple of weeks. I've been contacted by them. They have a petition right now, not just from the merchants and the restaurants and the people, but they also have the customers. Some are from Haverhill, some are not from Haverhill. They come to Haverhill because they like what we offer. When we start charging more, when it goes to $1 an hour, when I had to go into Boston to go to the State House a couple of weeks ago, it was only $1.25. You know, I think it's too high. I think it will make people go elsewhere. And that's what I don't want to have happen. I want our downtown to be vibrant. Right.
You know, with the aspect of being able, just a couple of minutes left, but with the aspect of, well, with some of the things you happen to have mentioned, the initiatives that you'd like to go ahead and move forward that are new on the horizon for goals would be what?
Well, I think we have to really look at public safety. Because it's always been on my radar, but I think the amount of drug usage, you know, in the serious drug, you know, heroin and those type of drugs that are on the street and so cheap, we need to do everything possible. And I know the police chief is doing everything he can within his resources and reaching out to the state and even federal government for assistance. But I want to make Haverhill the unfriendly town when it comes to gangs and drug usage. We can't stop it probably, but we don't need to have it in our four corners. And I think we should really crack down and let the message be heard. Don't attempt it in Haverhill. You're going to get caught and you're going to go to jail.
When you take a look at the city of Haverhill in the demographics and it being in its history used to be viewed upon as an award-winning all-America city, how do you think we are evolving from that and to what point?
I think we're still a great city. Matter of fact, we were, again, ranked, I think, number 5 in one of the rankings.
In 2014,
right,
I think, yeah.
Right. So, you know, Haverhill is fortunate to have 36 square miles, unlike Lawrence that has 6 square miles. We're 6 times larger than Lawrence. And we have golf courses, lakes, beautiful areas to reside in that are, you know, rural and residential. So we have a lot going for us that way. We've got great people. The people of our city are fantastic, and they all work together. I'm working with someone on a rezoning right now up on Lake Street that I'm bringing forward in a couple of weeks before the council. So there's a lot of things that are going on, and I love to, you know, get in the water in a sense. I'm not afraid. I will speak for the people. When it comes to the drug thing, I think we also have to rethink what's being done about drugs. It's not, put the dealers in jail, but we need to help the people that are users, and we need to come up with a comprehensive plan. We got to rethink it. You know, the war on drugs that's been going on for 40 or 50 years, we're losing that war. It's not being done right. We need to rethink it. We need to rethink it even locally and giving services to help get the users off, the ones that are addicted.
In short, in closing, you're talking about being able to go ahead and if you do something to help the users, you eliminate the market, and by virtue of that association, you eliminate the dealers.
Right, and education is key. Education is key to the younger youth.
Bill Macek, thank you very much, running for City Council. Wish you the best of luck.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I just want, if I have a few seconds, I just want to say that, you know, we could go on, and I want to thank everybody. I'm in the book. I'm on the webpage. Call me anytime. I appreciate your consideration and your vote.
Thank you. Bill Macek. We'll be back.